Hello everybody. This video is about the questions that I get asked on the comments on the channel, and mainly they're about why am I not using Wayland, or what am I using, Wayland or X11? Um, am I using the latest Proton, etc. Like stuff like that. So what did I do to the Ubuntu, for example, to make it run like that? So let me start from the beginning after I finish installing Ubuntu, and I'm gonna create a video of um, like my setup. There's two other computers that I'm gonna be installing Ubuntu on, my wife's computer and my kid's computer. Everybody has Ubuntu here, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But after I install that, the Debian package that I'm using is the Steam one. So Steam, it's not Snap from the store, is the Debian Steam one that you get from steampower.com or whatever the Steam page is called. Why am I using that one? Because I needed to install Mango Hut. That's mainly the reason. Okay, I know some people have said that there's some games that don't work on Snap. I'll be literally testing. Well, actually, you can see some of the games that I'm gonna be testing here live. Okay, so there's no like hidden something. I don't know, hidden agenda or hidden something. You can see live if I fail, which is the way that I like it to be shown, or if it's the performance is great, etc. Okay, so I'm not using Wayland because with Nvidia there's still some issues. Okay, I'm waiting for Ubuntu 24.10, meaning October 2024, and I'll be testing right there Wayland again, comparing the performance of the X11 at the gaming level. Okay, there's other factors that are into play here, especially if you're using servers and stuff like that. You want to use more X11 for remote things. Let's just put it like that. But for gaming, on October, I'll be doing tests with Wayland. Okay, including the fact that I'll also be testing the recording tools. So if they're compatible with Wayland at that moment, there's no performance hits, etc., 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 for them and for the actual game. It's okay. So those are things that I know I'm doing them for the channel, but I'm mainly doing it for me to learn and to see the history of how things start to evolve over time, which helps you also know what's happening, at least in the Ubuntu ecosystem. Okay, so right now I'm using X11, which is the default on Ubuntu 24.04 with Nvidia. I still went to, etc. GDM3 custom conf, and I make sure that it wasn't using Wayland there. That's one. Two, I did update the Nvidia drivers. Okay, so you can see here that I have 555.52.04, which is the beta version. Okay, we got that there. And let me see what else I did apart from the Debian one. I think that's it. So we're using X11 with NVIDIA, and that's the performance that you're gonna be seeing for the next couple of months. Okay, that's all the setup that I did actually for in in regards to Ubuntu. Okay, so we're not using Wayland, we're using X11. I got the NVIDIA drivers here and all that. That's all that you're getting there. I do have, a lot of RAM. The Nvidia, it's a 4090 in case you didn't know, just in case you're gonna compare against yours. And I do try to benchmark like a hardcore benchmark against the 4090, not to promote the performance of Nvidia on Linux, or in this case on Ubuntu, but to try to cripple it. And that's where I'm trying to get to here. So in basically trying to create the worst case scenarios for for the car. Okay. With that said, I got some great feedback from the Ubuntu forum, the Discourse forum, about a couple optimizations that, well, not a couple, a bunch of them that the Ubuntu software engineers actually did on 24.04. Hence why we were getting some performance improvements that were not normal. Let's put it like that. I do need to show you here the parameters that I added to the grub. Okay, being the last one, this one. That's was suggested by one of the engineers. I have all this here mainly because of the hardware that I have. You can kill most of that. You don't actually need it. But especially this one. I mean, you can leave all this on your computer and it will enhance maybe a little bit the performance. It's because of the oh, and also this one I forgot. It's because of the mitigations that get applied to the CPU. So the performance cost will end up affecting the game or other stuff. Okay, so you can leave those there. I actually made a video about this on the channel. But the additional one that they mentioned in Ubuntu was this one. I added this one, and suddenly, let me show you what I mean. Let me put here the scores, and let me go to the one that I was. This is like a little baby article that I did here. No, okay, this is just a response to somebody. Where the? Okay, here it is. So you know, if you've seen the previous video about the performance, I added this here. I was showing you here the 2022 November, October, I forgot when, November, December. The performance of Cyberpunk at that moment, okay, at at with the drivers that we had at that moment, etc., etc., etc. And here we're seeing from 38 it went jump to 113. Okay, so something like almost 4 times, something like that. Three and something. Okay, and they mentioned here, for example, this developer, um, Ake Mayer, should I pronounce it correctly? He suggested, well, here's the things that we did, and the optimizations that we did, and I mean, these are like NASA level developers for me. I'm a developer too, but this is like whoa. And he suggested this and that, and they actually simplify it a lot because basically they say, okay, here are the profiles they can use as an example that you can enable in the kernel. For gaming, for example, they recommend this one, and I'm like, okay, sure, let's do a test with that. I applied the update there, and as he suggested here, I did that test, and they're actually very helpful here. There's some um, other improvements that are going to be coming for 24.10 that are really big, specifically for gaming. I'm just 2024 is turning into something amazing. That's all I'm saying. Well, anyway, I applied those changes and then went back to the game. I had some time to go back to the game. And what I found out is the following. I left the game running, you know, probably like 2 minutes, 3 minutes before each test here. And when I started taking the pictures, I noticed the following. I mean, if you compare with this one, so we got GPU 89%. Look at the power. So it's 288 watts there. Temperature here, temperature there. Forget about the average because if you go to the menu, it jumps. But it's the Vulkan here, 113 FPS. And then when I did that preempt thing, it jumped to 164, and in a peak when I was taking the pictures, in one of the peaks, it jumped to 202. And the power usage for I don't know if that has to do anything with it, but at that moment, the power, actually overall, the power usage was lower, as you can see. Also the CPU. Let me see something here. Temperature 58. Yeah, okay. Well, point being, there was a spike to 200 FPS at 4K. Remember? Well, actually, you can see it here. And there was like an average, I don't know, like 30, 40, 50 more FPS. What are we talking about here? Yeah, like 40 more 50 FPS. Basically, the thing grew. Obviously, depending on the areas that you got on Cyberpunk, but the one that I was testing, it jumped over there. And there were areas where I was getting with everything full. Actually, before I was getting like 7 FPS, like was lagging a lot. Now I can go actually through that at 40, almost 50 FPS without like I don't even notice the lag now or the stuttering. Here's my hardware. I was trying to understand what what the impact of that preempt full was in regards to the CPU usage and why the GPU was having more FPS with less power and stuff like that. They actually explain it here. Um, Great. And after the power consumption, one interesting result that I found after switching from this to that, reducing the power consumption. Pum, 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 pum. Okay, I mean you can go here to this course and read it. It's very interesting, and there's benefits everywhere. Um, so this is amazing, amazing for me. Okay, they have a roadmap that they left here from local Optimum, and oh, this is a new one. This is from today. Yeah. Okay, so well, there was a roadmap that I saw somewhere else, but I'm guessing this is a summary of it. Let me see. Yeah, they're talking about the usage. So basically Ubuntu and Ubuntu Core, which is Snap, by the way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, exactly. So we're talking about, let me see. Well, Linux maintenance isn't there. It just, yeah, we're talking, what, 17 there. I'm guessing there's more down there. All the Ubuntu ones. All the Ubuntus are still supported. Let's put it like that. Um, so we're still good there. Low game performance in general. Yep, let's go here. They did fine tune. Okay, that's that post. What's this? Hi and welcome to another. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Ooh, cool. Well, that's the video that you already saw there. That's pretty cool. And here's the yep. Here's the that benefit of the preempt that I'll be leaving there on my kernel, and all the improvements that are gonna be coming on the 24.10. Specifically stuff that well, let me see here. Running snaps no longer blocks users from using the update. This is very important because it still happens to me. This is great. I did see one about Debian packages being able to be installed through the App Store. Maybe they mentioned here. I mean, they mentioned that here somewhere. Which it's improving the user experience in Ubuntu. For somebody that might not know or it just ease of use. Let's put it like that. A faster usage for the operating system for the distro. Um, there's a lot of improvements. I don't know where there's a post here by Oliver. If I can remember, was it this one? Maybe this one. I'm sorry, guys. There was a post that talked about a lot of improvements. They're gonna be coming on the 24.10, specifically targeting the actual user, their experience there, their complaints, their feedback, the critical things that they need on or at least to start using, like an entry level kind of thing. So they're targeting that, and it's just gonna be amazing. 24.04 is just super amazing for gaming right now. But imagine 24.10. And I just want to say kudos and congratulations to the actual team of developers, specifically to the Snap one, because one of the things that I talked about on my post, what is it, this? No, that's a video. On I did, yeah. So one of the things that I was testing is if you saw my previous videos about me comparing Debian flatpak and what the hell did I just say there? I'll fix that. And Snap, um, I was not, how do I say this? I was not expecting Snap to have a to end up being the better one. Okay, I was the point of the videos were to address for Valve that CSGO was having stuttering issues in all the different uh, packaging installer thingies. Okay, on the Debian one, on the flatpak one, on the Snap one. Okay, I did install all of them, and then the moment that I started playing with them, at least for me on 2310. Okay, remember those videos were done on 2310. I am gonna do videos for Snap and Crackle and Pap. Not just kidding. Snap, Flatpak, and Debian on 24.04 for several games. Okay, mainly for me, but so you all can see the objectively made videos about their performance. Okay, so when I did those videos, basically a Snap ended up, yeah, I put the summary here. So I was just doing the thing for the stuttering issue that we were having. And that's why if you go to the videos, you see a link that points to the GitHub for that complaint. And then Snap ended up being twice more FPS. Twice more FPS. There was no stuttering at all. There was I keep on having a full screen issue still right now with Debian. That was going on Snap. The input latency, dude. When I click, it shoots. I was used to having this maybe 50 or something more millisecond of lag that I actually assumed that it was part of the Counter-Strike game. Like they were forcing that there. If you work with Snap, you'll feel that difference. You'll feel that difference immediately. A lot of headshots there. Um, Oh, and the loading. The loading is obvious. Like it loads much faster. Now, again, we need to be objective here. This is one game that I was testing. I wasn't gonna complain about it, and then suddenly Snap was the best one there by a really long shot there. And other technologies that we're hoping that we get by the end of 2410. We're hoping because remember that it's there are a lot of companies collaborating here to make sure that we all, the community, get this working nicely, working fully instead of partially, like in the case of HDR, for example. So yeah, let's hope there. But I will be doing some videos about several videos comparing all three. Okay, to see the especially the stuttering. Okay, the FPS value there. And in the cases that I'm able to, like shooters, the input latency. Okay. Lastly, do remember that I'm not using Snap because of because it sucks or something like that. No, it's because Mango HUD doesn't work on. Let me go here. Doesn't work properly on Snap. But I did just read right now something about the Snap. Did I read it here? I forgot where I read it, but basically they're gonna be working on the Snap, so it's easier to use it with Mango HUD. Like it'll understand that that you got Mango HUD there, which version I'm guessing or something like that. That should resolve a number. Yeah, this. So to support Steam Snap users, we will soon update the Snap with a broader range of permissions that should resolve a number of outstanding reports. I'm guessing the Mango HUD is one. Probably others like shaders you want to put into the game, or I don't know. Third-party tools. Let's put it like that. This will enable Steam to have access to these things it expects while still maintaining the dependency management and updated the security part for that. If we click here, this okay, yeah. Oh, here's Oliver. Um, there's a lot of improvements here. Even though the developers don't mention them, not because they're shy, but just because an engineer's not like, yeah, let's start doing a lot of marketing. They need we focus on work. Um, but there's way too many improvements from the last time that I actually tested Snap to now. So I'll be doing those videos so we can actually see, at least in the gaming level, what's happening. What's happening with Snap, Flatpak, and Debian on Steam. Again, we're doing on Steam in this case. Um, in the Steam ecosystem. And in this particular case, we'll be using Nvidia. Oh, I forgot the flipper here. We're using Nvidia. Nvidia will soon come out with the latest one there, which I'm guessing has this explicit thingamajig, or maybe this one already has it with explicit sync. Um, yeah, and that's all I needed to say there. So remember, I'm just using X11 while Wayland gets better in regards to gaming and compatible with some of the tools that are used for recording, for example. And two, um, Ubuntu is just basically using the default with the exception of those kernel parameters that we're using there. That's it. And I'm using the Debian version of Steam instead of the Snap one, mainly because of Mango Hut. Yeah, actually, I would say literally just because of Mango Hut. I compile my own Mango Hut based on the rules of the creator, and that thing just works. I'll also be doing a video about that so you can have your own configuration, which, by the way, you can just find. Let me go to here, Mango Hut, and then we just go to Mango Hut. Um, let me see. Did I? There we go. So that's my configuration. If it helps, if you already have it set up, and this is the visual configuration that you see on my videos. Okay, I'm putting it here too for me, so I don't have to rewrite the whole thing again. And yeah, hope you like the video. Big hugs and think positive as always. Bye.